Now, I wanted to share with you something that means the world to me. This piece of paper right here, I don't know if you could see it there, right there. This came into my life when I needed it the most. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you the whole details in just a sec. In this out-of-body experience, I was preparing for bed, and I lay down, and I was saying my prayers. And then all of a sudden, after my prayers, I started to feel like this energy. I don't know, it was like an energy surrounding me. It was overwhelming. It was as if I could feel my soul being taken somewhere. I was having an out-of-body experience. And the thing is that these were happening to me reluctantly. I don't know if you've seen my previous videos, then it'll give you a good indication on how it all began. In this experience, my soul was being whisked away to a different location, and all of a sudden, I'm kneeling, and my hands are to the sky, like this. And I look, and my arms are all like burnt. They look charred. And I'm looking and I'm like, what's going on? And there's a set of stairs that are going up to the sky. And then all of a sudden I see a beautiful bright white light. And the white light, it's coming from above. And then all of a sudden I see somebody coming down from the light. And the light was actually coming out of this individual's chest, the heart area. And I look, and it's Jesus. And I'm just like in awe. It was the most beautiful light, I guess, it wasn't blinding light, it was just the most beautiful feeling you could possibly feel. And then all of a sudden, in this experience, Jesus comes down and he grabs me by the hands, and I could feel peace, tranquility, everything beautiful in this world. When the person you hug, you just multiply it by, I guess, 1,000,000,000, or I don't even think there's a number that you could put on the feeling that I was experiencing at this moment. And all of a sudden, I could feel, or I could see all my hands, my arms, all being healed. It was all that burnt, I guess the char-like things that were on my arms began to disappear. And I felt my entire soul was being healed. And I look, and Jesus is smiling at me, and I'm just like, and then I just jumped out of my bed. And I was like, oh my goodness. I immediately got out my book and I started to write what it was like, how it felt. I was writing nonstop. And I had to put my pencil down because it was overwhelming. I had a tear trickling down my eye. For those of you who don't know, I didn't really want to be here anymore. I asked myself the question, why am I here? Like I said, after this, I was re-energized. I loved life. I was like, oh my goodness, this experience just turned me. It changed me. I went to bed. I got up earlier in the morning, and I ended up telling my mother about the experience, and my mom was just like, she had this look like, it was like a peaceful look, but like, wow, sort of expression on her face. Because the thing is that a lot of people in the world pray for a spiritual experience in their life, and sometimes they might not get it when they ask for it, or sometimes they might get it and they might not realize it. Or like in my case, I was going through a lot. In this case, I got the sign, I guess, if you will, that I was asking for. I was going to work, and I was on the bus, listening to my Walkman. I was the only one on the bus, by the way, besides the bus driver. And I'm listening to my Walkman and all that. And then something in my mind said, open your eyes. So I did. And I looked, and there were a bunch of pieces of paper that were faced down. So I went over and I picked it up, and I look, and what do you think I see? I don't know if you can see that right there. It's a picture of Jesus with rays of light coming out of his heart. And my jaw hit the ground. I was in awe. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what happened to me in my out-of-body experience. And I was just like, wow. If this is not a sign, I don't know what is. You know what? I was praying for some sort of sign that somebody was listening to me, that like, I needed purpose in my life. I wanted some sort of direction. Like, why am I here? And this was the second sign, I guess, if you can say. Now, here's the thing. There's a prayer attached to it, but this is known as the sacred image. And it states here, in 1931, our Lord appeared to Sister Faustina in a vision. No. When I read that, I was just like, oh my gosh. I got goosebumps all over when I read this. She saw Jesus clothed in a white garment with his right hand raised in blessing. His left hand was touching his garment in the area of the heart where two large rays came forth, one red and the other pale. This came to me, like I said, at a point where I needed it the most. I have kept this to this day. I'm 35 right now, and as you can see, I've kept it to this day. That was the out-of-body experience, and the other experience that changed my life. I'm not here to step on anybody's toes. Everybody has different beliefs, and that's cool. Hey, I'm not here to change anybody. This is just the experience that changed me, that came to me when I needed it the most, and I thought I'd share with you, the viewer, and you can leave your comments below. Don't believe me, I heard it all. Let me know if you've had any experiences that seemed, I guess, paranormal and beyond explanation.